Which is the strongest among vipers? Taipan snake has monopolized the first gear. Based on the half-lethal dose of mice. An inland taipan snake of the genus Taipan. It is the most venomous snake in the world. How long does it grow? Experiments on subcutaneous injections to relieve the inland taipan is 0.025 milligrams per kilogram. This is 0.565 milligrams per kilogram 22 times higher. Even the coastal taipan snake of the same genus. It is also only a quarter as toxic as the inland taipan snake. Such a powerful venom. The bite of the inland placenta snake is extremely threatening. The average venom released can reach 44 milligrams. The maximum dose is 110 milligrams. So say, in terms of dose, the venom from a single bite of an inland placenta snake enough to kill 100 adult men. Interesting, even though toxicity is awesome. The threat posed by the inland taipan snake to because they mainly live in outback of Australia. It's off the beaten track. Except for researchers, very few people are able to encounter the inland taipan snake. And this creates a curious phenomenon. Almost all confirmed inland placenta snake bites, all for research purposes. Herpetologists who come into contact with these snakes, or to catch snakes and extract venom. And then there are the keepers of the wildlife park. 1984, Australian independent scholar Peter Milchin, bitten by a 3-week-old outback placenta snake. He was also the first patient to receive a placenta snake treated with anti-venom. However, in September 2012, in southwest Wiltshire, a small town north of Sydney, a teenage boy in Curry, I got bitten on my finger by a placenta snake. As the boy quickly clamped the bandaged the wound. In addition, the local hospital was given a lot of injections by anti-venom. Kate was able to save her life. After the accident, the local police did everything they could to investigate the origin of this snake, to know where this bite took place. More than 1,000 kilometers from the snake's habitat. In its natural state, outback placenta snakes don't run this far. The snake was most likely stolen or illegally kept pets. The boy had tried to feed him. Then, after being bitten by the most venomous snake, what are the symptoms? October 2017, academics in the Journal of Toxicology, a case report was published. According to the paper, the victim attempts to observe a member of an isolated population and trying to film a specimen about 1.5 meters long. He reported feeling drowsy and blurred vision and develop into drooping eyelids. Later, there was difficulty swallowing. Sound impairment. Patient received multiple bottles of anti-venom, and then I received 2 bottles of placental tongue stretcher serum. He was intubated as they were coming out. He recovered after 3 days of intensive care. However, his right eye lasted about a week after being poisoned. In addition, according to the Barefoot description by Rob Brettle, in a remote area of South Australia, his father, Joe Brattle, was caught. An inland placenta snake. He got bitten, nearly died. What about the latest victim? It's his friend John Robinson. He's in Queensland. Reptiles on the Sunshine Coast. When cleaning the cage of a deer placenta snake, they injected anti-venom hydrogen, but the muscles and heart were severely damaged. Fortunately, as we mentioned above, people bitten by placenta snakes in the outback, professionals, all the victims were successfully treated with anti-venom. Since the advent of monovalent anti-venom therapy, recorded fatal incidents. But even so, severe bite. It will also take weeks to recover. What about the inland placental snake? It also changes with the seasons. Skin color. Applicable environment in summer. Their skin is lighter in color. Winter is deeper. This seasonal color change helps regulate body temperature, makes the inland placental snake absorb more radiation in colder months. Radiation heat. As for reproduction, inland placental snakes lay 1 to 20 eggs each time. The incubation period is approximately 2 months. They usually release the eggs found in abandoned animal caves and deep crevasses. What about reproduction rates? If there is not enough food, the placental tongue has a lower reproductive rate. The lifespan of this snake is usually 10 to 15 years. An outback placenta snake at the Australian Zoo. Lived into their 20s. And here's the crux of the matter. The toxicity of the inland taipan snake. Why is it so strong? Because the prey of the inland very close to us. In the wild, inland, the taipan only eats mammals. Most of them are bigots, including Australian long-haired rats. Plain rats have introduced family members, and they will sometimes go out and feed on juvenile members. And in captivity, a deer placenta snake also eats newborn chicks. A deer placenta snake, there's no way they bite. Skill. Most venomous snakes will attack with a precise bite. Then they retreat and wait for their prey to die. The difference between Lilu placenta snakes likes to go through a series of quick, accurate attacks to subdue prey. It is reported that one of his poison can be set up to 8 times. Usually, it bites hard a few times. Inflict multiple bites in a single attack. His more adventurous attack strategy with your body. Repeated biting. This will release the highly injected venom deep into the body of the under prey. The rapid action of the venom, prey simply don't have time to react. And his venom is especially suitable for killing warm-blooded animals. Fortunately, compared to the explosive temperament of the Yale placenta snake, they like to run away when they are in trouble. However, if provoked, mishandled, or prevented from escaping, if you pinch the deer placenta, the snake will defend itself living in a remote area. Little contact with humans. The inland placenta snake is not the deadliest snake. In comparison, brother of the outback placenta snake, the coastal placenta snake is a lot scarier. This is in Papua, Australia, the largest venomous snake. It is also the second longest venomous snake in Australia. The average body length of the coastal placenta snake can reach 2 meters in comparison. The length of the inland placenta snake is only 1.8 meters. This is much shorter than the coast placenta snake. It is said that in inaccessible areas, there may also be larger ones. Even it can grow to 3.3 meters. Giant coastal placenta snakes existed. As for food habits, what about the coastal placenta snake? Whose main food is rats. Occasionally, they will also hunt various birds. 2010, a dead coastal placenta snake was found, devoured a young sea toad. Then this snake was poisoned by the toad. Or was he hit by a car after resisting the toxicity? It's not clear yet. This is because he was found on the road, and there is trauma to the neck. When hunting, the short placenta snake will use its developed power to dominate, and usually the head raised slightly to a height above the ground. Once it finds prey, it freezes, and then it pounces forward violently. Take a few quick bites. After the prey is released, the snake will escape. Can be minimized. The risk of retaliatory attacks, especially when attacked by rats, because mice often have front teeth and claws, to snakes cause fatal injury. What about the coastal placenta snake? Body color, aspects of color and venom toxicity, and hunting very behavior. Similar to the African black mamba. They both use bites, live and release strategy. This kind of drive, they are thought to be responsible for predation in mammals, and huge to hunt larger prey. What about the venom in order to prevent prey from harming and quickly subdued it before? That's the size. Plus the terrifying venom. Coastal placenta snake became Australia the most feared snakes in Australia. This is the third most venomous terrestrial snake in the world, second only to inland placenta snakes and eastern Nini cobra. What about the coastal placenta snake? It has also caused a 100% clinical mortality rate. The average yield is 120 milligrams, up to 400 milligrams. Fortunately, since 1958, attempts have begun to breed coastal placenta snakes. And what about Charles Tan? The study of placental snakes in such an environment promotes the production of antivenom. This placenta snake grows rapidly, need to fast all year round, but they have been shown to be able to adapt to captive environment and early, especially within 2 to 6 hours after the bite. Injection of antivenom in the treatment of respiratory paralysis is the key to treating placental snake bites. In 2007, they've added a new member to the placenta snake, Central Mountains Taipan snake. South Australian Museum of Reptiles and Amphibians. Dr. Mark Hutchison, on a sunny afternoon, captured this immature dead placental snake, and he had to walk down a dirt road. This reptile is about 1 meter in length. However, it is one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Parkinson didn't check it on sight. He put the snake in a bag, along with other snakes caught on this trip, sent to the Western Australian Museum and take a closer look. 2 weeks later, the researchers conducted a study of this new species. At first, due to the similar body shape and color, he's been tentatively identified as your cobra rat. However, a few weeks later, Western Australian Museum reptile collection manager Brad Marion noticed that this preserved snake, there is one very similar to the coastal petal snake, large and shallow head. What about the orthomembrane specimen nicknamed of the Scully tongue? It is taken from the characters in the TV series X-Files. This is an immature snake about 1 meter long. This means that scientists don't know the actual size of the placenta snake in the Central Mountains, and the total length of the coastal can grow up to 3 meters. This is still 125 new species of placenta snake discovered for the first time. The Central Mountains placenta snake in Arizona, rated by the International Institute for Species Exploration, one of the top 5 new species in 2007. A 2016 genetic analysis also revealed that it is an early branch of the Taipan serpentine family. The Central Mountain Range Taipan snake and is the sister species of the common ancestor of the coiled snake. As for toxicity, the newly discovered Central Mountain placenta snake, lethal dose measured in mice is 0.075 milligrams per kilogram. Although his toxicity is resistant to inland, but he remains miraculously dangerous to humanity. May 2010. people in Western Australia. A second one was discovered in the Great Victoria Desert of the placenta snake in the Central Mountains. This adult female placenta snake is 1.3 meters long. He was founded by scholars from the Aboriginal community conducting biological research in Ikela. What about Ikela? Located 165 kilometers west of the South Australian border. Located south of the first sighting of the Tepa, 425 kilometers between these three Taipan snakes. Huge genetic distance. Add to that the differences in their distribution areas. Just guess. Taipan snakes were once widely distributed in Australia due to climate change. There is also competition among snakes such as Taipan snakes were eventually confined to their present territory. And what the Central Mountain serpent tells us in northeastern Western Australia and the western part of the North Ridge. These are areas that biologists are less involved in. Perhaps there are more secrets to snakes waiting for us to find out.